All right.
All right.
Oh.
Hello and welcome to the Freemasons Podcast with your host, Right Worshipful Brother George Mudry.
Worshipful Brother Ken.
Worshipful Brother Joe Pisani.
We're all up here, and it's Music, Masons, and Mayhem. I don't know what the Mayhem part is. That's what I'm really looking for.
Mayhem is the reason I'm wearing glasses this morning.
Yeah.
I was chipping off them rough corners of my Astro last night.
That's right.
And,
I was in New York with my daughter at a basketball game. She's going to Hofstra University, so they're having a basketball game.
Oh, that's a good school.
Nice.
And I went in there. They were serving beer and all that stuff, and I'm like, nah, I'm from Connecticut, driving through New York.
Yeah, bad
I
combination.
think I'm going to pass on this one. So I stuck with a pretzel and soda.
Oh, good for
Nice.
Yeah, that's all I did.
you. You guys were being children of God. I was drinking bourbon.
I was with my kids, too, and my daughter's boyfriend. So it's like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to do that shit.
It's a bad look.
Make him
Yeah.
drive. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, no. Good morning, everyone, for tuning in and everything. What the
Wow.
hell does that say?
A lot of activity. Look
Good
at that.
morning, gents. That's not what I thought it said from here. Again, I have a hard time. I thought it was genitalia. I'm like, Jesus, like, you coming in hot.
Morning genitalia.
There we go. Good afternoon, brothers, from Jesus. Joe or Ken, you're going to have to
Saviccio Lodge.
Lodge, 5799 in England.
You do the English ones, I'll do the Italian ones.
Yeah, I can't see that far. My eyes don't work that well.
Welcome,
I mean,
brothers.
They do, but
Welcome.
this freaking fluorescent lighting, too, is playing games.
Yeah, we are going to be swapping this out soon.
I think we put it in disco ball and black lights. We'll get this party started.
We've got a lighting designer who's a member of the lodge, so hopefully we can get this squared away soon. Still kind of looks like a boardroom, unfortunately, with these fluoros.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, listen. It's a freaking badass room.
No. We turned the lights off over me explicitly because otherwise I'd just...
The musket on the wall up
Translucent.
there, that does it.
Yeah, the musket
That's it for
definitely
me.
ties the room
That ties the
together.
whole freaking room. But
Yeah.
anyway, Joe, welcome up, man.
Good to see you again.
So you reached out to me Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know, the days blur. But he was like, "Hey, man, I want to talk about some stuff that helped my Masonic career, or basically things that I can't remember exactly what the wording was."
I think just the Masonic experience in general, because a lot of people that I talk with that aren't Masons, they understand the overall concept of the structure of the fraternity, but I think most people ask, especially when they see the ad campaigns making good men better and that kind of whole aspect of it. But they're like, well, how did that pertain to you? So I figured maybe it's a good topic we could touch on today.
Yeah.
About our own personal experiences,
Right.
how Masonry kind of helps shape your overall outlook and philosophy.
Yeah, we were talking at Lodge on a couple of occasions. We were talking about the fact that ad campaign has snippets in those videos of like men
my
doing
God.
different things. And Joe's like,
There's a spy.
that's all of us. Like that's what
Yeah,
one guy's boxing.
that was too much, dude.
Yeah.
They definitely
Yeah.
ripped us off.
Yeah.
It was very weird. They had we started a chess league here. They had guys playing chess. Then they
Yeah.
had a guy in the dyslexia center, and I was like that's
Joe's
not
like,
next
what
door.
the hell?
Then they had a Kirkland brand version of a boxer, who kind of looked like me, and I was like, what the hell is this?
Kirkland brand. All right, so then here's what you have to do then. All right.
Yeah.
Being that we're gonna go with the theory that the Scottish Rite copied you guys.
This was Grand Lodge. This wasn't Scottish Rites video.
No, so
Lodge?
that was
Yeah.
Northern Masonic jurisdiction came up with the original campaign.
Yeah,
but yeah,
this
some
one
of the
was
videos
different
might be
because,
new. Yeah,
like I told you, it wasn't just clips; they were speaking.
Oh, really?
This was a new video, yeah.
Oh.
And their link is bad because when I tried to share it, nobody could send it. So I took screenshots and sent it to everybody. I was like, "Look at this shit, dude! You're never gonna believe this."
So here's what you got to do. Now we got to rent a goat and just ride it through the room.
See
Yeah.
if that ends
See
up
if
in
that
there.
ends up on there.
Oh,
I always thought it'd be freaking great if and again we kind of talked about it, not so much. I don't know if I touched on it the last podcast, but I think they should do. I mean, comedies. Everybody loves comedy, right? Everybody Granted, you're also going to get your haters, there, your trolls that are like, that's breaking balls. But I always thought Mason should do a funny video. As a matter of fact, I wanted to, and I think it got shut down generically across the board by
our HR
at
department,
the time
maybe?
by our
Yeah.
HR department, Rafferty, freaking
Raff.
you, Joe. But what I wanted to do was do like a whole funny video of like, you know, basically me narrating and be like, "Oh, join the Masons." So we don't celebrate the devil or whatever, and then have like Worship Brother
Baphomet
Phil
walking around.
Yeah, have Worship Brother Phil dressed up as Baphomet, wearing diapers, walk around, right? And then be like, "Yeah, we don't do any crazy stuff like, you know, bury children under our basement." Like, remember the conspiracy theorist lady said?
Yep.
And then like have like, you know, Worship Brother Ken, like, down in the basement. They're like, "What are you doing, Ken?" "Oh, just digging a hole." Like, you know what I mean? Like, poke fun at all the shit. You know, just walking a goat through the freaking room. All the shit that they accuse us of doing. Like, poke fun back at them.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
people will be like, "That was fucking genius. Like, that was the best shit you could have done." Because
Everyone will say that except for Grand Lodge.
that's the problem. But come on. Like, tell me that wouldn't be freaking... That would be... For me, that would be it. I'd be like, "I'm joining. That's hilarious. I'm joining."
Yeah.
Just based off of the comedy factor of it. Like, these guys are normal guys that have no problem. A, they're not stuck-up old men, and they love poking fun at themselves.
Yeah, you
And
can't be
two,
too
they're
serious.
trolling the fucking trolls. Like,
Yeah.
I think it would be perfect. That would be hilarious to do something like that.
You know I'm in.
I know, yeah. Yeah, Joe's already.
I got one. That's one.
I'll consider it. I'll consider it.
Joe, we'll talk after.
Yeah, you guys go ahead and.
But I think, come on, tell me that wouldn't be a huge draw.
Yeah, I mean, I would laugh at it for sure.
I mean, I think it'd be freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I think the only issue you're gonna have is with with Grand Lodge and, you know, powers that be.
I'll talk
people.
to Shane.
There's always, but you know what? There are people who say that we shouldn't, you know, do a podcast about Freemasonry at all.
I think they should
so-
do a keg stand. I think that'd solve everyone's problem.
Yeah.
Grandmaster's keg stand.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine me going up to
Purple
Shane Dufresne and just being like, "Hey, who's what is he? Right Worshipful Grand
Senior Warden.
Senior Warden." Just be like, "Hey, I got this idea. Hear my pitch." And then
Oh
it's
my
like
God, he
fast forward to the end of it. Be like, "So what do you think?" He's like, "Get the fuck out right
Yeah.
now."
Like get slapped. Yeah.
Be gone from my sight.
He is the man, but he don't want no problems.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He's got enough he's got to deal with. He doesn't want to have
Always
to,
stopping George's creativity. Thank you,
Yeah,
Jim Devaney.
I do.
Thank you.
Consistently stifle his
You
creativity.
know what?
That's my
As a matter of
job.
fact, I'm giving him moderator just to the Discord now.
Don't you
You know what?
dare.
I'm giving him moderator. He's going to be allowed to do whatever the hell he wants now. Just so you back me up right
God, he will burn that thing down.
there. Bong James Bong.
I want to try
That's
some Master
clever.
Mason whiskey from California Grand Lodge, around $80 a pop.
Whoo.
A Venmo, you send us a bottle,
Yeah.
get yourself one.
I think we had a little bit of that. We were at the Widow's Son's
That's
Clubhouse,
right.
and they had a
No,
bottle
that was
of it.
from Pennsylvania. That was
Oh,
Ben
that was the
Franklin's
Pennsylvania
batch.
one. Yeah.
All right, so we don't have any new Apple subscribers. So you just want to toast
Really?
each other?
I think it's time talking
think
about
it's time
whiskey.
to-
Toast
Yeah.
each other. Oh,
Toast
God.
each other. Oh, and James Devaney. Thank you. You know what? We're
too
going to toast
early
him
for
as
this.
well. You know why?
Hey.
Because he backed me up with my creativity. There is no end to my creativity. Speaking of which, after we do this toast, I got another creativity thing that I
Oh,
did.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You're gonna love it.
to Jim Devaney, he is his brother's keeper. If nothing
Brethren,
else.
right hand arms.
To arms.
Ready.
Ready.
Aim.
Aim.
Fire. Good fire. Fire all. Together, brothers.
Yep. Hold on.
We do it a little differently, Joe. We do it a little differently. Together. Viva! Viva! Viva!
Nice.
All right, so you want to hear my other creativity idea? I may have commissioned Alex DeFranzo for some artwork.
Nice.
We commission him for artwork all the time.
No,
It's like-
not personal artwork.
okay.
It has to do with the podcast. So, you ever seen? I want you to right now, if you're listening or you're watching, I want you to Google search Star Wars: A New Hope artwork.
Okay.
But here's what we're
Rather
doing.
specific.
Right? Yeah, I'm very specific. Can't talk. Hold on, I'm gonna show you, Kenny, and then I'll show Joe, so you guys can get the full understanding of the image that I'm portraying here. This image, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the original.
That's the original
like,
artwork, right? I know you can't see it on.
poster art from A New Hope. So
Yeah, so it's the original poster art.
you know,
from,
it's got like not
It's got Luke.
Camel-looking Luke Skywalker with the lightsaber up in the air, and there's like a lens flare on. Yeah.
So it's basically
use your imagination.
It's they're standing on a hill, right? You got Luke Skywalker holding up the
laser sword,
lightsaber, right over his head.
Yep.
You got Leia to his right, and then you got some droids over to your left, right?
Yeah.
So my idea, which I am commissioning Alex to do, it's already in.
I know where this is headed.
Come on, tell me your idea. Tell me what you're thinking.
You're going to do a podcast promo movie poster with all of us in those same poses.
But, okay, no, similar.
Okay.
So I will be where the position of Luke Skywalker is, except my arms are going to be out like this, as in when Xerxes greeted Leonidas.
Oh, Jesus.
Right? And I'm going to be looking like Xerxes. All right? Joe's going to be on the right.
You want to dress up like Xerxes?
Hold on. Joe's going to be on the right, looking like Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I got you a C-3PO.
Don't you?
No, it's done.
Oh, my
it's already
God.
done. I made the phone call. I already sent the image. It's done. It's what it is.
I hate you. Why do I always have to be the robot?
Technology.
I mean, I could make you as an elemental, and
I feel like I'm typecast. Yeah, I don't want to be transparent.
I can make you
me C-3PO. That's fine.
I can make you the elemental in freaking Chronicles of Riddick. You'll be all right.
No.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. What do you want? I'll let you choose.
I'll be the robot. Are
you sure?
It's fine. Yeah.
You
Make
sure?
me the damn droid.
I like the elemental idea better now. Maybe I'm gonna call him back.
Is this the Mayhem that we spoke of?
James Devaney. There you go. There's my other evil genius idea.
I can't see it.
Take the fifth on the Mayhem.
Almost drove
Down. Vivat.
Vivat. Ah.
Well,
You should come visit Jim.
May the craft be with you. Oh, yeah, Scott Blanchard.
Beautiful. Yeah, I got to come up with a creative tagline for that artwork.
I'm not
Sure.
dressing
That's a good
your
one.
ass as Xerxes. Yes, you are.
Man.
Yes, you are. You want to know why? Because it's not the lash she fears. It's my divine bow. I love that line. It's like the best line in any movie.
I know.
Right next to, I got the need for. I got it. Here we go. I am not going to dress you as C-3PO, and I'm not going to dress you as an Elemental.
Oh.
I'm going to make you Iceman from Top Gun. Because you
Okay,
always wear
I'm
the
in.
bomber jacket with the aviators.
Yeah.
true.
I'm in.
Done.
I'm in. I can quote that movie all day
I'm going
long.
to text Alex right now, so carry on real quick.
All right, cool. I like it. I'll deal with that. So, Joe, what else is new with you?
You know, same old shenanigans. Getting back into music.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, me too. It's always kind of floated around. You know, I did film work in the past, and I've kind of had my hands in all other kinds of shit. But,
I didn't know you were that good of a guitar player until you started playing again recently. And I was like, oh, holy crap, man.
I'm a writer. I'm not the best guitar player. I could play rhythm guitar.
Yeah.
I'm self-taught, but I've always been a writer. You know, and even since I was young, I always messed around with everything, poetry, and I did screenwriting. You know, made slasher film. Shit, like 12 years ago now, probably.
And I remember
It was
that.
right about the time when I was
When we
first
joined,
getting into
right?
Masonry. Yeah. I started filming in 2010, and I think we took our in 2012, so that was right around the time.
Yeah, I think it was like August or September of 2012.
September, I think. Yeah, it was right around the time we finished like the principal photography and all that. Yeah, and I just I've always loved music. Everybody loves music. That's
An artist by nature.
yeah, definitely an artist by nature.
Well, music is one of the 7 liberal arts and sciences that is revered by Masons.
I think it's interesting because harmony, you know, it's the entire integral structure of the universe, and that's what music is harmony. You
Yep.
know,
And that is what's important to Masonry and
also,
our lodge rooms.
hey, get a rhythm.
Yeah. And then you've got the opposite of harmony, which is discord.
yeah. And they go side by side. You know, what did you know Jordan Peterson? What did he say? Artists continually mold chaos back into order.
Yeah.
Jordan
we live
Peterson,
on
isn't he the one that hacked up his wife?
No.
No.
Scott Peterson. Sorry.
Yeah, it's different Peterson,
Jordan Peterson's the psychologist. He's he's like the only quasi-conservative, level-headed psychologist
out there. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the only one that makes any kind of sense on a regular basis. And they all hate him. The Canadians want to chop him to pieces.
What? Why?
Because he speaks the truth, man. He doesn't buy into any of the propaganda or the bullshit. He kind of
They don't. Canadians are nice. They don't do that shit.
Generally Canadian.
just because you're nice doesn't mean that you're correct or you're
Yeah.
a good person. You know, it just means you're good at faking it. I think some of the best people I know are badasses, but they got.
When did you
got
start the
good hearts.
guitar?
They got good hearts, yeah.
I've been playing guitar since probably I was about 7 or 8 years old. I took lessons for like a year. I think I was 8 years old.
I had
Couldn't
no
really
idea.
learn because I was dysfunctional and dyslexic as all hell.
Oh, really?
But I
know you
always
had
liked it. And I
dyslexia.
kind of just talked. Yeah, I've never
Learning
been
all
di-
kinds of stuff about you, Joe. I thought I knew you.
I mean, yeah, you'd be surprised because I could read and write so well, but
Yeah,
I couldn't do
yeah.
that till about 4th grade. But
Really?
yeah, I was never diagnosed. But it's actually once I became a Mason, we got involved with the Learning Center. I was like, holy shit, that's what dyslexia
Yeah.
is. I have that.
Yeah.
I was like, that's me, dude.
And you could have gone to that center for free, too.
If you ever look at my writing, everything's scratched out and rewritten because I'll write shit backwards or I'll miss a letter. And
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I'm really bad with math, believe it or not. I found out that there's a specific type of dyslexia that's you're screwed up with numbers.
Yeah, so numerals
figure.
get, like, reversed.
Go figure, you know?
Wow.
But I know a lot of dyslexic people that are really smart. They just got, you know.
Oh, yeah.
that
Yeah,
learning,
it has
you know?
nothing to do with
you know?
intellect at all. It's just...
I couldn't do
Yeah,
good
I
at school.
I'm more on the intellectual end. I have to pull my pants down to count to 10.5.
Regular
Yeah, no,
Socrates.
you can't read and write, but that's for other reasons. It's not
Correct.
because you have dyslexia.
Shut up! It's all foreign names and stuff like
You'd be
that.
Oh, yeah,
surprised.
sure.
man.
And it's every time we do like an episode of like we're talking about something that happened in freaking Spain or Portugal, and it's like
And you're like, and then Ken read it.
pretty much. What's that word?
Yeah.
And you're like Santa Ana. I'm like, oh, that's it. Oh, all right.
We can't even pronounce some of our listeners' names and stuff.
No.
Like
Nope.
anybody that's
Nope.
outside of this country, forget it. You can't
Alex
do it.
DeFranzo, he can read the crayon colors.
Listen, read your text message and do as I ask. God damn it, you're getting paid.
DeFranzo.
You're getting paid.
We gave you a shout out a minute ago, Alex.
We
I don't
did.
know when you.
Big shout out to DeFranzo
Yeah.
because he really boosted me to go further into music. You know, I really respect him
good.
as an artist, dude. I think he's an authority.
He is a
in the
great
arts.
artist. Yeah.
And he told me, he said, "You're a musician at heart. That's what you got to pursue." Because I do all kinds of mediums. You know, I do all kinds of weird shit. I'm painting and
Yeah.
I like film and
Photography.
photography. Of course,
Yeah.
everybody knows about my
Yep.
photography.
Yep.
See, here's the problem with Alex, though. He's so smart, right? And I take this as a compliment. Alex is freaking intelligent as shit. He gets very deep on a lot of his esoteric stuff. He gets deep, and I'm like, dude, you lost me on the freaking on-ramp. He's so smart. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he has, like, human body parts in his
Me and him went down a hell of a rabbit hole one night.
Psychopaths. They're
Till
like,
like 4 in
yeah.
the morning on esoteric stuff and
Well, he actually, I'll give him a shout out. The Harmony Esoteric Club meets the first Sunday? Is it the first Sunday of every month?
first Sunday every month. Man.
Yeah.
Great.
And he leads
great
that. Like
group.
that's Alex's thing, and he always
what-
has.
it's
a
his
good
niche for
discussion.
masonry. That's
Yeah.
what I said. You gotta
He's
find
the
your
authority.
niche.
That's why we call him the alchemist.
Yep, he is the
He
alchemist.
really is an alchemist.
Oh, is that what you call him? I to think
We
of-
call him many things.
Many
call
things,
you
but
that.
alchemist.
I got another A word that I call him, but I mean,
Oh God.
what the hell was I going to say? I was going to say something a minute ago. God damn it. Lost my train of thought.
Yeah, the Scotch
He
probably.
gave you a
didn't help.
tattoo in the lodge, right?
He gave me
You told
multiple tattoos.
Yeah.
He gave me a tattoo
When
in
you
the
were
lodge,
minister?
at the house. This is during COVID, so I mean, listen, hey, man's got to eat, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't really like me talking about that, but I do it anyway because
Yeah.
that's some gangster shit to have a good friend and brother come over and be like, yeah, I'll do it right in your kitchen. Like,
How-
okay.
He watched me tattoo myself one night. He's like, "What are you doing, man?" And I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like, "Yeah, it's all right."
I got a nice one from him a while back. I don't think I ever talked about this, but on my Mason ring finger, under my ring, I've got a point within the
Penis.
circle. That
Oh,
he
point
points
within
out.
I wonder where that.
Point within the circle. Yeah, exactly. That's an Alex DeFranzo original, and it's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
good
He's
work.
the best, man. Big
He is.
shout out to Alex, dude.
Does
You really are one of
fantastic
the
work.
most talented dudes I've ever met.
Absolutely.
Sacred Art Tattoo in Seymour.
Yeah.
Does some good
Yep.
shit. If you live in Connecticut, go there.
Or even if you don't, make the trip. It's
I don't
worth
go
it.
anywhere else. He's my guy when I get the money.
Right?
Yeah, he ain't cheap.
No.
He shouldn't be cheap.
He shouldn't be
Because
cheap.
he's
When you
good
do
at
good
what he
work,
does.
Pay him in
spend-
sexual favors if you're any good.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ. Now we're going to have like a plethora of people just showing up buck-ass naked to his freaking tattoo parlor. He's gonna be like, oh, Christ, you guys listen to the podcast, don't you?
Yeah. it's all your fault.
Don't do
George.
that. Don't do that. You will get arrested.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Yep. I'll get us banned off YouTube.
I'm not gonna lie though. That'd be funny as hell
exactly.
though.
Oh, we're already getting banned from YouTube.
Oh, at some point, it's gonna
happened
happen.
before, yeah.
It's gonna happen. What the hell did he say? No, he just knows them by flavor. Oh, the crayons we're talking about.
yeah.
Yes, my
Yeah,
crayons.
they've got their own little side
Yeah, that's-
conversation
listen,
going there.
Go for it. Have your own side conversation.
Listen, you eat more wax when you buy apples, dude. I don't want to hear it.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, let's talk. You were talking about. I gotta read the text.
Have more scotch, man. That's
No,
what it is. You need a
Yeah,
lubricant.
you need more Scott.
You need a lubricant.
I
bro.
lose my freaking train of thought on a regular. Ken will tell you.
Sunday morning.
You know what? I'll cover for George here. So, how has Freemasonry improved your life?
That's
in
what he was.
general?
There
All
we go.
right, so there's one.
That's what the text was. It says, talk about positive impact that Freemasonry's had on his life personally.
Yeah. Okay.
Roll
So
tape.
I think there's one phrase that you hear continuously in Freemasonry that's so important that really hit me to my core, and that's to learn to subdue your passions. you
Oh,
know?
yeah. Yep.
So I've always been a passionate person. There's a lot of passionate people out there, and it's hard to regulate that. And there's a time and a place for everything, and it's important to be passionate.
So let's talk about that real quick. Let's go into the different types. So what does it mean by subdue your passions? Because nobody really knows what the hell that means. Some people think, oh, subdue my passions means I can't just boink anybody I want. That's not what that means. It's
broader than that.
It's broader than that. Let's talk about that. What are the passions exactly that you need to subdue?
I think it
could be
it's
alcohol.
not subdue. It's important to distinguish the difference between subdue and suppress. You know,
Right.
And there's an application for it. All right, you're a Marine. When you're shooting, you just spray and pray, or you pick your shots.
Depends on what I'm shooting.
No. Well, George is probably not the best one to ask.
M249 saw, I'm spraying.
In the moment, you're passionate about it, but there's a technique and a tactic to everything, and I think that you can apply that to anything in life.
Correct.
And I think that's what Masonry really tries to teach with the allegories and with the overall message. Is just don't be any less passionate, but learn the proper applications
In the proper time
and
and
the
place.
proper
yeah.
timing. And I think it gives a space to men to be able to, really hone in on that and get the practice and get the experience with it. I mean, even things like public speaking. A lot of people have problems with public speaking. You come into a lodge. Every man has one vote. Every man has an equal say, and you all have the right to speak during a meeting. And
Unless the master tells you to sit down and shut up.
unless the master, but I've always
Yeah,
seen,
but in general, we're all
I've seen that a
level
couple
involved.
times, you
Yeah.
know. But in general, and then once you become an officer, if you have any kind of position, you're obligated to speak publicly, and you might be in a room with 100 guys.
Yep.
And all eyes are on you, and you kind of learn to develop those skills. And I could see, even myself, but I especially see other brothers as they progress. The more time that they spend in masonry, the better they become at public speaking, and the better they are at articulating their thoughts and ideas.
Yep.
And none of this stuff is written. You're in essentially a board meeting, and you got to just speak from the heart.
Yeah,
Right.
and nobody tells you
And,
this ahead of time either, right? It's like sometimes it's baked into some of our lectures and stuff. Like, hey, yeah, you'll get better at rhetoric, and you'll get better.
I
But
mean-
nobody ever thinks about that until, I didn't for sure until I went
No.
through the officers' chairs, and then I was like, you know what? I'm a lot better at my job. I can get in front of people and start speaking because of masonry.
So
Absolutely,
when you're
100%.
speaking passionately, and you're speaking passionately in a formal environment like that, you can't talk the way you would talk,
Right.
in a bar.
In a bar, yeah.
streets,
You got to talk like you're a Mason. You got to
Yeah.
talk like you're professional, and you got to carry yourself with respect and dignity. And that's kind of something that a lot of people don't naturally know how to switch between. But you learn that. You learn that, and you learn it from the other brothers. I think there's one line in the Bible that we actually don't really hear in masonry, but I think it really pertains to our whole society. Is in Proverbs, as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another.
Ah, yeah, you
And
love that quote.
I love that quote because I think that fundamentally is masonry. You have a huge network of mentors and just other men to learn from and share experiences with, and I think that's so important, especially in this day and age.
Yeah, where else in the world can you find that?
You can't really.
Nowadays,
I mean, there's certain small places, but on a grand scale, like we have an international fraternity.
Yeah.
You know, where we can go into any country or any state, and you walk into a lodge room, and you're a brother, and you have maybe you can't vote in someone else's lodge, but they value your input and opinion.
Yep.
You know,
And they welcome you.
I mean,
like
that's
family.
basically the position of a district deputy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, you're basically describing a position of a district deputy because district deputy comes into a lodge to visit on a fraternal visit, doesn't have the right to vote. But let me tell you, man, they're picking your freaking brain about everything. Like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about this? And again, I have more of an eccentric type of view on things where I think outside the box. you know, part of the so let me also add to that. So one of my biggest things that I sucked bad at in Freemasonry was public speaking. When I first came in, let's put it this way.
Well,
this podcast,
everybody sucks at everything the first time they do
this
it.
podcast would have never happened when I first came into Freemasonry because I was scared to death to talk in front of people. And you know what broke me of that? Scottish Rite. When I had to do a play and act and actually show emotion and play a character. And what's the 15th degree where they're at the table? Wine is
so I
the
can help you.
Oh yeah.
You're not Scottish
That's
Rite?
great.
He is.
You could leave.
Ken refuses.
That was my guy, right?
ears.
Wine is the most powerful and has the most sway over.
I mean, what a
mortals.
great degree.
And I had to. It's a fantastic.
I
degree.
still think women's the problem.
But that was my character. But now, like, I can't just be like wine. Wine is the most powerful.
No, you have to
and has
perform.
sway
You have
over.
to-
You have to play a character, right? So now, you know, I know we bust my balls about me not being able to speak, but now you have to learn a ritual. Number one, which is extremely difficult to learn, right? To memorize stuff, it's extremely difficult.
Yeah, it's not easy.
But now you have to act it, and you have to act it in front of people.
Yep. And that's the
That
next level
is
of
a-
ritual
that's-
is being able to perform it. Not only perform it, but get the emotion across to your candidate or whoever you're performing for.
Now, my thing has always been baptism by fire.
Yeah.
If you're afraid of that, jump right into it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get right into it. Take the largest part and just do it. Because now everything else downstream is going to be nothing.
Follow your guide and fear no danger.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
Isn't that the
sometimes
truth?
you don't even got a guide. Sometimes you just gotta cowboy up and do what you're. I almost said something else, but like, you know, I don't know. Not that I was gonna say man up, cowboy up, balls
We're getting
up.
banned
whatever.
anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Say whatever you want.
cowboy up and just jump into it. You don't need a guide. Just jump with both.
You know, the
Jump blindfolded.
The ritual parts that I like the best and that I think I'm the best at delivering are the ones where the master came to me 2 weeks before the degree and was like, I need you to learn this.
You work better under pressure.
Under pressure.
That's
absolutely.
Yeah, that fire is what drives me actually when I'm learning ritual. So I can totally relate.
The Invisible Man in Black. What's up, brothers? I hope all is well. Good as it can be. We got a guitar. We got whiskey.
Oh, yeah, all is
And
well.
sausage.
Grand Lodge in New York.
Yep. John Philip
only read part of
Sousa, 1192. By the way, you brothers would have enjoyed the beefsteak festive board at Mariners Lodge 67 last night.
Oh man.
Yeah,
That
I
sounds
was
good.
with my daughter in New York, but it was not, unfortunately, at a table or a festive board. Boo.
Love a good
I would
festive
have loved
board.
to go. But yeah, I had to do dad duty. So,
Well, yeah, it's part of life, man.
so anyway, so doing your passions. That's what your that's.
I think it's an important part of perfecting your ashlar, you know. Passions, they have the potential to do great things or destroy you, like anything else, you know. In the heat of the moment.
So how has Masonry taught you to subdue them? Or
Well,
what
you have
appropriate time
you
to
have
use them?
you have a network that holds you accountable. If you fuck up, you're not just letting yourself down; you're letting down a lot of people that care about you. And I think that there's just so many different personalities and people from different walks of life in Masonry that you can always find somebody to relate to and someone that shared some kind of similar experience with you. And I think that that's the beautiful part of it. It's not just you have to be this certain type of person or from this certain, you know, sect of society or make this much money. It's everybody. I mean, you name it. There's a brother Mason that's from every walk of life. You know, every different profession.
Adding to that, the funny thing is, there are people that you would pass in the street and be like, "We got absolutely nothing in common.
Yeah.
But then you get to a Masonic Lodge and you see that same person and you find out how much you actually have in common with that person.
And even if you don't, it's that
Even if you
diversity
don't.
of experience.
We
That,
all
And that's
want
what I
the
was just
same
going to say.
thing, right?
Sometimes they might have a completely different brain thought of yours, right? But then you sit there and you're like,
brain thought.
well, I mean, frame of mind,
Yeah,
whatever.
I gotcha. That's fine.
You might have a different frame of mind, right? You're really gonna fucking start this shit? I will make your ass a fucking elemental. I swear to God, I'll make you an elemental.
I'll be good.
I do not one fuck will be given. I'll make you an elemental. Anyway, but you have a different train of thought than somebody else.
Yes. Yep.
And you hear their perspective, and you're like, "Well, I'll be damned. That actually makes sense."
Yeah.
You know, they're like, wow, I actually had one of these experiences, and I don't want to get political, something like that, but it was a guy that I work with the Marshals, and I was explaining my train of thought in a political sense about things, and he was like, holy shit, I never even thought of it like that.
Yeah.
And again, I don't want to talk about it out of here.
It's a forum where you can openly discuss different ideas. And that's why subduing your passions is important, because there has to be a certain level of respect. And, you know, that's the common platform where that's the only way you can truly learn, you know?
Yeah, if you're closed-minded, you're...
Especially today, everybody's at each other's throats. They want to kick each other's ass.
Well, that's the part of Masonry that's nice, is because you ain't going to do that shit in one of these lodges.
It's forbidden, and everybody understands that. I mean, the accountability is your own reputation. If you make an ass of yourself in lodge, you're going to go home with your conscience and say, wow, you know, I'm part of this beautiful thing with all these respectable people, and I made a fool of myself because I couldn't control my emotions, you know, and that's important, and it's something that's on the regular. You mean, you know, everybody knows you get as much as you give. You can be as active as you choose to in Masonry.
Yep.
I think a lot of people choose to be active because it's such a good thing, and it's very rewarding. It's a very rewarding experience.
The other thing is, if adding to that, I'm not going to say it doesn't happen in Masonic lodges. There are Masonic lodges where you go
we
and
butt
do
heads
it,
every once in a while.
you bang heads, right? You
Well,
have
we're men,
different-
right? You know,
we're gonna
what do
disagree.
But the difference
Sewing
is,
circle?
the one thing I did learn to do
Exactly.
is to walk away.
Yeah.
Subdue those passions, man.
Walk away. And that's something I've never been able to do, was able to walk away without ripping somebody's fucking head
No,
off.
you're in general, like, by default, you're kind of a hothead.
Yeah, oh yeah,
And
100%.
it shows every once in a while.
Every once in a while, I get freaking
But
tuned up.
you can also see when George turns it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. My biggest thing is I go dead silent. I shut up. Because I know the next step is for me to flip my entire fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I've gotten to a point now in my life, again, I'm also older, right? I'm 41, right? So I'm not my 23-year-old self. My 23-year-old self would have just lost his shit, right?
Yeah, I think we can relate to that.
You know what I mean? Like when you're younger...
Sometimes you gotta lose your shit, man. Sometimes you gotta lose your shit. We're still
don't get me
men.
wrong.
You know?
I do have a breaking point, but let's put it this way. Like, I have a fast fuse. No, I have a fast burn, long fuse.
Yeah.
Right. So, whereas before it was short fuse, fast burn. Boom. I was over the edge. Now I've kind of learned to.
You think Masonry's had a part in that?
100%, because there's a part of that I've learned that I've taken a step back, right, where I realize this is the game I play. Okay, is this going to matter to me in a week? Is it going to matter to me in a month? Is it going to matter to me in 5 years? If none of that matters, I'm not even going to address the fight.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk away. I'm going to say, you know what? Ain't worth it.
And you just
Because
straight up
in the
can't
end,
behave that way in a lodge room. So, like, you already have to...
well, I'm talking about
in
not
the
even in a lodge room. I apply this now to the outside world.
That's what happens.
You
What
know what I
starts in the lodge will carry into the rest of your
Yep.
the rest of your life. You know?
Everybody meets their boiling point, right? Everybody lets shit get the better of them. There's only so much somebody can take.
We're human beings, man. That's part of being normal.
But
You know?
again, the trick is if you can at least prolong it or extend it,
Or be conscious
you're
of it.
subduing your passion in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's perfecting your ashlar, you know?
Right.
Little by little. You can't that's the cool thing about the allegory. If you ever worked with stone or something like that, you can't just hack away, you know,
it's a
frivolously,
process.
or you're gonna screw up the whole thing.
Right.
So you gotta go a little piece at a time. And it takes a long time. And that's what a lifetime is. You just try to become a better man. You know, sometimes we all take a couple steps backwards. It's inevitable.
I mean,
I don't think there's anybody who doesn't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right in our ritual, if you really think about it. Think about the 3 ruffians. The first guy, he comes up, he's your best friend. Second one, he's a little bit more. Third guy kills him. Why? Because he was a hothead and he lost shit. Right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to be vague here. But you get what I'm saying, right? If you really think about it in
That's
terms
not too
of
vague.
the way that each one of those got bad guys, if you will, in the ritual,
Yeah.
the way they act, it's Jim Devaney, GG. The gangrene.
Gangrene.
But if you think about it in terms of the way they act, I mean, they all ultimately did it. But the last guy, who was the most emboldened and the most passionate, if you will,
Didn't subdue his passion.
he didn't subdue his passions, and he was ultimately the fall guy. And he got the other 2 assholes killed.
That's your Ed over there.
And I believe there's a line too. What have we done?
Right, what have we done? You
it's
think
like-
about, they thought about what they did after the fact. And that is the worst thing to do, is to, I've said it before, I hate eating crow. It tastes like shit. And the last thing you want to do is have to, last thing I'd ever have to do is want to apologize for something that I did or acted.
It's important that you do apologize, though, too.
It is important
Yeah.
you apologize.
Because you know what? A lot of people can't apologize, and I've found that I'm someone that can't apologize, and I mean it.
Because we do make
know?
mistakes, and when we
Right.
do, we should continue to be accountable. For
Nobody's
that.
perfect.
Masonry
And,
teaches
Don't
that
even-
too.
we don't pretend to be.
It's all about content and character, right? My life you can have, my integrity never, and that's the
Exactly.
important. That's the lesson, you know.
But see, now here's the thing, though. If you subdue your passions to begin with, you don't got to worry about apologizing, because
Right.
you were the better man. You walked away.
If you don't slip to begin with, you
No one's perfect, man. Even Jesus Christ flipped tables and beat bitches with bullwhips. You know,
He did flip tables.
He did flip tables.
Yeah,
He was a
it's in
table
there.
flipper.
That's in there.
Alex, I'm commissioning you for another artwork.
I want Jesus flipping tables at the temple. All right, that's what they get for gambling in the synagogue.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Should know better.
I think we should make a clip of that, like a video clip of Jesus walking in, flipping a table, going, "What the?"
No, we can't do that.
I wonder
every time
if
we
he
walk-
felt bad after. You know,
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
But that's the lesson, man. Even God incarnate.
Yep.
Alex
Nobody's
DeFranco
perfect.
got you, brother. Oh, this gets better and better.
Our own personal AI image generator, Alex DeFranco.
He's the best, man.
He
gotta
really
see-
is,
You
yeah.
got to see some of the shit he could do. I love feeding him crazy ideas and just watching him take off.
Yeah, and then giving him some like charcoal and some paper.
Yeah,
sit
and then
there
I'll just
have it.
tattoo myself while he's occupied. And he's like, "What are you doing, man? What are you doing?" It's like,
Yeah. So what's a positive impact? Another positive impact that you've had.
you make, I think you make lifelong friendships. You know, I know you make lifelong friendships with people you might not have ever interacted with or had the chance to meet outside of a lodge. I think that, I think fundamentally all Masons, we're all men and we all want the same things out of life to a certain degree.
Right.
And I think that's always been important, and everybody loves the history, and you read that, especially like during war times, a lot of the time ceasefires were kind of negotiated. It's because they had 2 Masons from the different
Civil War.
armies go meet.
Yep.
Civil War, World War I, World War II, and it's because there's that common platform where it's like, okay, is nothing sacred, or
Right.
am I not going to shoot this guy in the belly like a dirt bag when we're trying to have a peace talk? And that's, you don't get that in a lot of places.
I think I remember there was a grand lecturer. He was in Virginia. Came to Morningstar Lodge, and he was talking about a story where they actually took Southern prisoners out of prison and brought them to lodge. They were Masons.
Yeah.
Brought them to lodge.
I believe it.
Never heard that one. but-
Yeah, I can't. I'm gonna have to find out his name. I can't remember what his name was, but it was it's one of the oldest Masonic lodges, and it's in Virginia.
That sounds like something that would have happened during the Civil War.
Yeah, they took him out. They took him out of prison. They said, "Come on, let's go to lodge." Fed him, clothed him, took care of him.
It's
just because
of
they
that
were
mutual
Masons.
respect.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we're enemies, but you're still a man that I can respect.
Gotta
because
understand.
you have the same underlying moral.
It could be
What is
me.
an enemy?
The shoe
how
could
do
be
you-
on the other foot, man. That could be me.
Yep.
Let's get real freaking
You know?
deep with this. How do you make an enemy? What is the general concept of an enemy?
Listen,
Somebody who has an
different
opposing
ideology.
point of view as you,
Yep.
right? But that doesn't. I mean, you have a
Someone
different
who's trying
point of view.
someone who's trying to destroy you. Some people just gotta go. That's the unfortunate part of it.
Don't get me wrong. Listen, my line of
know.
work. If I listen,
If
in
it's
my
me
line
or
of,
you, man, I didn't make that choice. I'm
in
a
my
peaceful
line of
man.
work,
Yeah.
I've stared evil in the face.
Yeah,
I've
you
actually
know.
seen people who are generally downright evil. Evil does exist.
You understand?
100%. But the majority of people, it's just a different point of view.
Of course.
So just because you have a different point of view doesn't make you any less of a human than me, right?
Yep.
It doesn't diminish what you are or your beliefs or anything. We just don't agree on things. You know what I mean? So there's still a human aspect of you're still a human being. You're still a mortal man, woman, whatever. We just don't agree.
And Masons get that, but there are some
Right.
people whose it turns into hatred.
Correct.
Right? Your point of view is different than mine. I don't want to hear anything about it.
Right.
And because of that, I automatically hate you.
But see, this is why I like Freemasonry. It drops religion, it drops politics, and we get to know one another.
Yep.
Without all that extra bullshit
Yeah.
or anything that you see on
It
the
gets
media.
to the core.
Gets to the
Yeah.
core of who the hell you are. You know what I mean?
I agree with you. I think all people want the same thing, but you know, the question
People just
of
want to
an-
be happy.
The question of an enemy is you got to be able to trust your assessment. Does this person want to destroy me or not? And whatever the motive is, you know,
But see,
you might beat me, but if I can't go home, you ain't going home either.
But
bro.
see, regardless of
And-
that though, if we're having an argument, I'll walk away.
yeah, argument's different. We're talking about war. We're talking about
Yeah.
But again, let's even look at war. What is war? It's one ideology, one government. They're doing. If you really think about it, let's put it this way, right? I'm trying to think of this in the context.
if it's your
piss
job.
everybody off. Let's look at World War II. Okay, you have the American soldiers. They're following their government. I'm not talking about SS here. I'm talking about the Wehrmacht, which was the basic ground
rank and
floor,
file. Yeah.
rank and file army of Germany. They were just doing their job.
Yep.
You know, but if their
And
job's
if
to
I
kill
believe
you,
that if a lot of them knew
What are
what
you
the
gonna
fuck
do,
was
man?
actually going on, they would have been like, fuck this. I mean, perfect example is the movie Valkyrie tells a whole story about this. Actually, we got
Yeah.
into a little argument on Discord, and Joe made me clarify what I was saying.
Oh,
But
that's right. Yeah.
But I mean, I was talking about, I'm not talking about the SS, the ones that were real nefarious assholes. Like, those fuckers should burn.
Yeah, like the straight up evil.
Straight up
that
evil
was-
fuckers that knew what was going on and they were doing what they were told and they actually were like, yeah, I agree with this. I'm talking about your ground floor private in the German
you're
army.
drafted.
You're drafted.
17-year-old kid.
Not even 17. Hitler was picking 15-year-olds. This kid didn't know any better. They thought they were doing what they were supposed to be doing. They're protecting their government, right? Now they're coming up against American GIs. Like, you know, how do you know what I mean? Like, I do believe that being ignorant to certain things, you know, is a form of innocence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're ignorant, you don't know why you're doing it, but you're still doing it because you were told to do it, but you didn't have all the information at the time.
Would it change your decision?
Would it change your
if that's
decisions?
your job, and if you're going to be held accountable,
Let's look at the movie Valkyrie. Not even the movie, the real people in Valkyrie, right? What was his? I can't remember his freaking name. Tom Cruise's character, but he was a German officer that was like, this guy's got to fucking go. He knew it. There was 4 of them. He organized a coup to get rid of them.
Yeah.
And get rid of all the top of them. He wanted to cut the whole head off. It fell through, and they ended up getting shot and killed for it. And in Germany, right now, they are the only Germans of the 1940s to have their own monument because of what they tried to do and stop what they seen.
you know.
My
Integrity.
point being is,
Integrity. Yep.
It-
my life
it's-
you can have, my integrity never.
my point being is that sometimes it's just 2 opposing views in war.
Yeah. But that's your job, man.
Oh, of course, it's your job.
And even if you don't agree with it, that other guy's going to shoot at you. So what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, that's
and it
what's
transcends
I get it.
war. It goes into street game. It goes into everything. It's even in business.
Yep.
You know, you might have a competitor in business, and you're like, well, okay, well, I got to destroy this guy's company.
Well, let's look
He's
at
going to lose his job. His family's going to be screwed. But you know what? He's trying to do the same shit to me.
now.
Do I
Let's
have a
look at it.
choice?
let's look at that example in passion, right? I'm not going to get emotionally involved in this because I have a job to do.
Yep. There you go.
I have a job to do. I'm a Marine. I'm Army. I'm Navy. I feel the plight of these other people, but I got a job to do.
Yeah.
Masonry
And you have to
teaches
shut that out. And that's kind of what Masonry talks
Yeah,
about.
Masonry teaches you to be
Do your job.
conscious of that, even if you have to continue to do your job.
You don't always have the opportunity to embrace the humanity. Sometimes you got to just do your job, you know, and that's part of life too,
Right.
you know. But it's important not to lose that spark of humanity, and when you do have the opportunity, and that's why I think it's so moving when you hear about stuff like even World War One. The German and the American forces were in I don't know what the hell forest it was. They brokered a ceasefire
For Christmas.
for Christmas.
Yeah.
And it was two Masons, and they wound up singing "Oh Christmas Tree" together in their
Yep.
respective languages. And
Came out of their trenches.
it's a beautiful story. Is there always an opportunity to do that? No, but when there is, I think that's important to understand that Masonry was an integral part of that, because that was the only common ground between those.
Right.
Besides
Yep.
their faith and the fact that it was Christmas Eve,
Right.
and you know, they happened to be Christians. They couldn't speak the same languages, but
They got it.
They had two Masons,
Yep.
one on either side, that spoke the Masonic language, and that was enough to bring peace for one night. And you know, one of the worst conflicts in human history, and that's an important.
I feel like the
important
Masonic
fact.
language is prefaced with a lot of F-bombs.
Oh yeah,
After Lodge, yeah.
After Lodge.
Depends.
All right, so you got some songs.
I do have a couple songs.
Let's do it.
You ready for them?
I'm ready for them.
I'm ready.
Play a couple.
We had a good discussion. It's time for a little feel good shit. Yeah.
I was told only. Well, I don't know how good they feel, but they're pretty good songs.
Let's do
There's emotion in them.
Yeah, that mic.
That's all right.
And we tested it out.
Yeah,
It
we
should be
tested
okay.
it. It should be all right.
I
Yep.
moved it a little bit.
For a change, we've tested our audio.
You get if it's too close, you actually back it up. Just twist it away from you.
I think we're okay, honestly.
There you go.
I will get a little loud.
Yeah, it'll pick it up.
That's all right. That's what we have Kenny for.
You like country music, right, George?
That's what I like. Yep.
Me too.
Feel good music.
Feel good. All
Because
right.
I can't listen to Drowning Pool because next thing I know, I'm driving like a psychopath. So
You're
I'm
out
good.
doing your passions.
fair.
Yeah, I'm not
kicking,
doing my
kicking doors
passion.
in.
No, I'm freaking.
Time and place.
I'm in it at that point.
All right. I
I'm
got
a fan of country. Ken is.
All right, I'll show you what I've been working on. I'm working on putting an EP together. I've been writing for a long time, so I got a ton of songs. But I just recently got together with Dylan Conlon down at DCCF Studios. He's out of Southington, Connecticut. We're working on an EP. And, yeah, I'm just going to try to get some stuff, you know, professionally recorded, get some video shot, and go from there, you know, put up a little bit more of a social media presence.
Hey, we know a guy.
And,
We do know a guy.
yeah, it's good to know people. So, you know, ultimately, I think I would like to, you know, I would really enjoy just being a songwriter, or even writing for other artists. But I could do okay. You know, I'll show you what I could do and
Yeah.
see if what people think. You know.
Let's do it.
Well, I can't be a lot of things, but I can be everything you need. You could be my best friend, but instead you want to see me bleed. And the last thing that I wanted was to ever gotta see you leave. She said, hey, baby, why you crying? You can't hide teardrops in your sleeve. Get on back on your feet and keep on riding. Hey, baby, why you crying? crying. Hey, baby, why you crying? I'm a goddamn Yankee, every day on a hammer in hand. I fucked up.
That's gonna happen.
It's all right.
That's gonna happen.
We're live, folks.
I'm a goddamn Yankee. I'm proud of who I am. Never held no ill will against sweet old southern land. I ain't wanna kill no cowboy, but the man had to force my hand. And I said, hey, cowboy, why you crying?
Wish I had a life.
Can't hide the teardrops in your jeans. Get on back on your feet and keep on riding. Hey, cowboy, why you crying? Hey, cowboy, why you crying? Hey, cowboy, why you crying? I'm a God-fearing working man. Every day got a hammer in hand. Only thing that's certainty is heartache and death and taxes. Put his cross back on the mountain, 'cause we own everything we have. And I said, hey, good Lord, why you crying? You can't hide your teardrops in the leaves. Get on back on your feet and keep on riding. Hey, good Lord, why you crying? Hey, good Lord, why you crying? Hey, good Lord, why you crying? That's
Nice, brother, nice.
Yep, that was why you're
Very
crying. This one's called Waiting on You.
First off, I just want to say, number one, you're fantastic at playing the guitar.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I can't do that because I have little T-Rex arms and T-Rex claws, so
There's
my
a number
fingers.
of reasons.
I got big fingers. It's hard to play. Yeah. Screw up a little bit there, but you know,
You
it's
know,
a dry run.
It's all right. There's
Scotch in
no
the
second
morning.
takes. We're live.
I screw up
live,
all the
man.
time.
We're
What are you worried
live.
about?
We're live. We're live. But yeah, ready to go from this one. This one's called Why You Crying.
James Bong, James Bong. The audio had too much trouble.
Treble on the
treble.
mics,
I can't
maybe?
see in the mics.
What was that?
Might want to turn it down a little
Swing
bit.
it out a little bit.
All right. How about this, James Bond? A little better. My heart is still burning, no, we ain't deserve it. Learning how to get by without you. My heart is breaking, my feet are still shaking. Thinking, how can I love without you? Maybe it's time you couldn't stay mine. Still on my mind and I'm lost without you. Never regret the day that we met. Don't ever forget that I'm waiting on you. Waiting on you. Waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. Said I'm sorry, I'm only human for all I was doing. All I'm doing for you. Flower was blooming and I was too foolish. Too much water, I gave it too soon. Maybe it's time you couldn't stay mine. Still on my mind and I'm lost without you. Don't ever regret the day that we met. Don't so sick I believed every word that you said. Now in this bed, these vultures keep coming to pick through what's left. But I'm waiting on you, waiting on you, waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. Waiting on you. I'm waiting on you.
Passion.
Awesome.
He's got
You
it.
like that one?
That's awesome. You know what's? It's so weird. Like, you know, what happens to like you as a person? Like when you listen to something live, you know what I mean? It's just different than listening to shit in the radio.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong. I love my Breaking Benjamin follow, but you know what I mean? Like
His YouTube videos are really good too.
Yeah, you know what I
But,
mean?
it's
Like
much
I don't
better
know.
live.
It's just
They're rough. They're just record on the phone, but live is the best, man.
I don't know how good the
You get, like,
audio
goosebumps
quality is
when you
going
listen
to
to
be.
shit live.
Unfortunately, our equipment here is set up for voice and not so much for music. So hopefully it came out okay.
it sounds like
Sounded
it's
really
coming out
good in the monitors. We'll see.
Yeah, I always sounded out there was the
Was that one better?
audio had too much trouble on the mics.
Treble. Yeah, so that was the previous.
How was that one?
Then you adjusted.
Feedback from the audience. Did that come out clear? I know I was probably singing too loud for the.
Nah, you're good.
All right, want one more?
I mean, shit. A couple episodes ago, we left the freaking mic off and forgot about it.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. At least we did a sound check this time.
The mic's a little bit shoddy.
All right.
It's got to be probably backed up just a little bit more because.
Oh, I swung it out a
The
little.
other thing is too, we should probably shut our mics off, Ken, because
Oh yeah. Good
because
call.
you got one more,
Guitar
right,
was
Joe?
fire and mic was a little shoddy. All right.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll shut our mics off and then we should sound better.
Going dark.
Is that what it is?
It might be our mics picking up what you're saying too.
Ah.
Three of them bouncing off one
Yeah.
another.
Did you kill your?
It's a learning curve.
I killed mine, so you can't hear me no more.
Said I'm honest till I ain't, 'cause a certain type of damage can't cover up with pain. Am I moving my mistakes? Do I keep on moving forward or sit around and wait? 'Cause if you ain't coming back, you wanna steal this fucking train and I ride it off the tracks. When they tell me to relax, figure I might do me something that I'm never taking back. Some people wanna feel, some people wanna kill her with a bottle and a meal. Some people wanna love, some people wanna go and know they really had enough. Some people wanna cry, some people get to laughing for a moment when they die. Some people wanna know, some people never will, even when you're going sure. Said I love you till I don't, 'cause you gave your ass the world and you left me in the cold. We was lighting up a smoke, we was freezing in the rain, I was giving you my coat. Can you tell me that ain't love? I've been fighting in this hell just to take your ass above. Never tell me to relax, you can keep my fucking heart and I don't ever want it back. Some people wanna feel, some people wanna kill her with a bottle and a meal. Some people wanna love, some people wanna go and know they really had enough. Some people wanna cry, some people get to laughing for a moment when they die. Some people wanna know, some people never will, even when you're going sure.
Yeah, buddy.
You gotta turn your mic on there, Kenny.
I know I'm stupid. That was solid, brother.
Thank
Solid.
you, thank you.
I tried to drop the gain a little bit on the mic.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm sure that helped.
Well,
There we go.
Unfortunately, we're working with a soundboard that's got the gain, whatever it is, and then you got to do it manually. So it's
at some
we're playing with stuff. But
yeah, so I did that, Joe. I went in and like dropped the gain a little bit. What I'll probably end up doing at some point
that was fantastic.
yeah, that was great.
Thank you.
Well done, brother. Joe.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Vivat.
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 That was nice. Nice little feel good.
Yeah.
Before we close out,
It's good to have music on the show every once in a while.
Yeah. And original
music.
shit too.
Original music, so that
original.
we don't get copyright banned. Yes.
All original. Yep.
That's awesome. Great tunes. Great.
James Devaney.
Thank you.
Audio was much better, but Joe is on fire.
Oh yes, he is.
Thank you, James.
He's always on fire.
Appreciate it.
But you're not reflecting it.
It's right. Yeah.
Actually, I should hold my hands up like this because
God damn it. Look, summer is coming. I'm gonna get some color.
you're like a fireplace insert. That's what.
It's a good episode. So we talked about subduing our passions, and
Yep.
sometimes you need to have those passions.
Yeah.
Like when you are
Proper
creating
application.
I mean, the flip side of it too is you with music. Your music is also an out, right? Everybody listens to music, right? You listen to music. It's a form. It's an art form of an out, right?
Yeah.
If you're feeling depressed, you put on songs that there's two ways to go. You can either put it in the mood that you're feeling currently. What is that noise?
That's probably the leather.
Oh, okay. I keep
freaky
hearing my
leather in
headphones.
this room.
Freaky leather.
Well, like if you're depressed, maybe you want to just stay in that. So you want to listen to some depressing shit, right? Or maybe you want to come out of it, right? You want to come out of that depression. You want to stop feeling bad. Like me, I like country music because again, my job is tough, right? I deal with a lot of assholes, we'll say.
Dirt bags.
Dirt bags, shit bags. Some people they're just fucked up and they did something wrong and they're but some of them are true to life shit bags, right? So my job is tough, right? So on my way home, I like listening to country. Why? Because that country music takes me down from being up here, right? You leave work and you're fucking tweaked about something, something pissed you off. You read paperwork about what somebody did, and you want to come down off it. So country music is perfect for me because it takes me from up here and it brings me down lower. You know what I mean? And then there's sometimes I need some morning motivation, and it happens to be drowning pool. I don't know what to fucking tell you. It's just how it happens. And I let the bodies hit the floor.
I'll play you one more. It's the most country song I've written.
All right.
It's called "I Broke My Fucking Hand Again."
It's like Toby Keith's shitty golfer.
I do box, and I broke my hand a lot. I broke my hand recently. It's better now. I broke my ribs recently.
Yeah, I busted.
Yeah, I broke my ribs about a month ago. A month and like a couple of days boxing.
I don't know how you're still walking around.
Now I'm not walking. I recorded like 10 songs with broken ribs. I fought a big fucker. He's a really good guy, dude. He's fucking 6'8", 380. And I'm just a little too heavy to not get out of heavyweight, so I sparred him, and I broke a couple ribs. And, that's part of the game.
All right.
But I do break my hand probably more than most people. And I wrote this song called "I Broke My Fucking Hand Again."
Let's go.
Let's go dark.
I broke my fucking hand again. I'm always fighting for a friend. Some folks ain't ever gonna bend. Am I hell or heaven sent? I broke my fucking hand again. Said I'm sorry, I still love you. Said I'm drinking on my own. She gets louder than my guns do. And I can't leave them both alone. She broke my fucking heart again. Said she would always be a friend. And right until the bitter end, left me on my own again. She broke my fucking heart again. Said I'm sorry, I still love you. Said I'm drinking on my own. She gets louder than my guns do. And I can't leave them both alone. I broke my fucking hand again. I'm always swinging for the fan. And you can call the president. Am I hell or heaven broke my fucking heart again. I broke my fucking hand again. I'm always fighting for a friend. Some folks ain't never gonna bend. And am I held or heaven sent? I broke my fucking hand again. That was for you, George.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
I'm glad you liked it.
That was great. The other funny thing is, like, you can relate to so much shit, though. Like, you know what I mean? You can relate to, like, certain songs. Like,
That's the point of music. You know, they told me that's going to be my first single. I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's probably not the best.
But maybe it
first
is the
single,
best idea,
so.
you know?
you know, those songs that you can actually relate to are the best ones. Like, you know, not that I've ever broken my fucking hand, on, getting pissed off or whatever, but I might have bruised a couple knuckles from time to time, but
Yeah.
Trying to subdue them passions, you know?
Yep.
Fucking the woman will do that to you.
Very nice. James James Bong. That is one of the funniest freaking
You got some
names, though.
fans out there.
Endicott,
Jesse.
New York. I know Endicott. Yo, I used to go to your Little Italy all the time. I went to school in Binghamton, New York.
No
And
kidding.
when shit got hot in Binghamton, I would slip off to Endicott and go to Joey's and have dinner and then stay there for a
Joey's.
couple hours. Yeah.
Nice.
Big shout out to Endicott, New York.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Anyway, Kenny, what do you say? Joe,
This was fun.
this was a lot of fun.
We gotta bring music into the podcast more frequently, I think.
We're going to have you sing next time.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have
Anytime,
Ken
I
sing.
appreciate it.
I am not a singer.
You're going to sing.
No.
Sarah McLachlan.
No.
Arms
a
of
couple
an
of these
Angel.
guys in this lodge have seen me sing at like karaoke once or twice. It ain't
You know, when
good.
we sing the national anthem in this lodge, it's badass. We got a room
It
full of
is,
like 50
actually,
men,
yeah,
and we
yeah.
got somehow we harmonize. It's pretty moving.
Yeah, and that lodge room's got good acoustics.
It's got great acoustics.
Then there's always that one Mason who's got the really good voice who freaking, like,
Yeah,
kills
this guy
everybody.
over here.
Yeah.
I just dropped the volume of my voice so that it sounds better overall.
The worst is when you do it, like, sing the national anthem in a lodge full of, like, a small lodge with not a lot of people. And then,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you're like,
Everyone's kind of humming.
you just got to hum it because you don't want to, you want to be the one that's the loudest.
You'll see. It sounds good in this lodge.
Yeah.
We do a pretty good
Oh, I had my investigation here to the other day.
Yeah.
Went pretty well.
Oh,
Went
good.
all right?
Yeah. Howell's like, oh, so why do you think you'd be a good fit? 'Cause I said, I'm batshit crazy. No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, tell him.
Yeah, he'd be fine with that. Be like,
Yeah.
yep, okay, check.
He's like,
Box.
He's like, it's a formality. So that's pretty much it. So, but I think it went very well.
Good. Well,
So
we'll see how the vote goes.
I'll be, it's gonna be you. You're gonna be the black ball, you fucker.
No.
Oh,
I
it's
don't.
good to have you. When are you guys gonna merge? I keep saying that. We got all your all stars. When's the rest of the lodge coming?
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I'm gonna leave that one well enough alone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But anyway, what do you say, boys?
Yeah, this was good.
this was
Yes, it
great.
was.
Thank you for having me. I
Of
appreciate
course,
it.
anytime, man.
Always,
you know you're
brother.
more than welcome.
Always.
All right, so for the Freemasons podcast, when's the vote? Oh no! I'm not telling you.
Yeah, the one
shit,
time this guy
'cause I
comes to
forgot.
lodge is during. Just messing with you, Jim.
our
I know.
lodge?
Yeah, Jim
Yeah,
Devaney's
Devaney.
Member of Harmony.
Yeah,
Shit.
no, I ain't disclosing that
Harmony
shit.
strong.
Yeah, Harmony's
You could ask one of the Harmony members.
Yeah. Call me later, Jim. You got my number.
Fuck you. All right, for the Freemasons podcast, I'm right worship brother George Margie signing off.
Worship Brother Ken signing off.
Worshipful brother Joe Pisani signing off.
All right, have a good night, everyone.
Enjoy, my friends.
She made. I broke my balls again.
Broke my balls again.
I can't see the screen to shut off the feed, Joe.